Hello YouTube, Intuitive Edge here. Tonight I would like to look at the energies that are surrounding our upcoming week, this week ahead. There's a lot coming up in the news, State of the Union on Tuesday, the possible release of the memo, there's all kinds of stuff going on. So what are we looking at? What's going to be surrounding us, around us? What are we looking at this week? So let me set this aside and shuffle up the cards, and we'll get started. So give me a moment while I shuffle up. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's cut the deck. So what are the energies for this week? Okay. The Nine of Fire is a card of waiting, a card of planning, a card of plotting, a card of meeting of the minds, coming together. As you can see from the picture, I don't know if you can see it or not, there's these cats, they're sitting around a table, like a meeting room, meeting table, and they're planning, they're plotting, they're coming up with ideas, coming up with things. Could just indicate a lot being talked about, a lot on the plate, a lot being thought about, talked about, planned, a lot in the works, a lot being planned. Okay. So the next card is kind of it's countering that. Whoa. Well, how do you like that? We've got the Six of Sky. This is a card of knowing when to fold them, knowing when to hold them kind of card. It's like cutting your losses and getting out while you can. As you can see from the picture, there's a cat fight going on in the background. And this cat, he's a little beat up, and he's getting out. He's like, I've had enough. I'm done. I don't need this anymore. I'm out of here. And he's made the decision to exit and get out. That's really interesting on top of a card where you have a group that's coming together and planning and strategizing. And you have this energy of, yeah, I'm moving on. I'm done. So that's kind of interesting. Not quite sure exactly what to make of that, or how to, interpret that as to, what that's going to mean for this coming week. But just be aware that those energies are present. There may be some people exiting, leaving, moving on, moving out, dusting themselves off, and leaving. They're gone. They're doing their own thing. They're out of here. That's interesting. Okay, all right. So, what's above this? Now that's really interesting, guys. This is kind of what's crowning this whole thing. What is above this? What is driving all of this? And we've got this the Moon card reversed, a major arcana, carries a lot of weight. It's a card of basically deception. It's like instability. I guess I like to look at it as deception. There's different ways to interpret the moon reversed. But I don't know. It feels like there's some something going on behind the scenes. The moon is all about illusion, deception, the veil, not being able to see clearly because of cloudy vision and the veil, um, obfuscating your line of sight. It's also the card of inner mystery, um, being in tune with your your intuitive side. But when you've got a reverse, it can actually just mean deception or being deceived or being caught in the veil or in the matrix, so to speak, and not seeing the light, so to speak. Okay, fourth card. This is going to be what's kind of led up to this. What's the hidden? What do we need to know? What's going on that would help us understand what's happening here? This is a card of bringing things into balance. Things that have not been in balance are suddenly coming into balance. This feels very much like there are warring factions going on or some type of dispute. And this is like a balancing, like almost like a kind of a karmic feeling, like being brought back into balance. Let's see what else we get. This is in the card of what's fading, what's leaving. Whoa. Well, that's interesting. I've got the consequences card. Basically getting tangled up in something and facing the consequences of one's actions. That's kind of the gist of that card. Having to face the consequences of something. And with that being in the past, that is actually what's already been happening. And that energy of facing the consequences is actually moving into the past in favor of what's coming up, what's ahead. It doesn't mean that that people are like, that this energy is like letting people get away with the consequences of stuff. It's just, this is saying this is happening, and now we're moving into a new phase. Okay, and the new phase is Three of Earth. Now, in the picture, it's three cats, and there's a large bug, and they're all three deciding what to do with it. And this is actually a card of planning. This is basically a planning card, kind of like this one. But this is more of like building something. This is like, where do we go from here? How do we plan this? How do we put this together? How do we make this work? You think of somebody with a blueprint for a building, or contractors coming in, and there's a job to do, and there's work that needs to be done, and it's like, okay, how do we do this? You need to do this person over here, we need you over here to do that, take care of this. It's like strategizing, planning, coming together, working together, putting things in motion, and getting things done. That's what that is. I think it's interesting that you would have the consequences card be moving into the past. It's like, okay, this has happened. There's consequences for actions done or things have happened. Now let's move forward and build off of that and move forward. This might have to do with this energy too of, I'm done, I'm out of here, I've learned my lesson. Maybe that's it. I'm coming out of this tangled up mess, which is this fight back here. I'm leaving this behind, and how do I move forward in a more positive direction? It could be something like that. Maybe it's, how do we move forward? But then too, with the crowning card, the self-deception and bringing things into balance, this balance is key. That's going to help move everything in the right direction. It's putting things upright, putting things back together. Then you can build on a solid foundation. Okay. So what's behind it? I like to call this the being careful card. The things are tricky. You have to be diplomatic, strategic in your approach. This is not something where you can just, be like a bull in a china shop and just barge on in and do what you got to do. You have to be careful. You have to be strategic, I guess, in how you maneuver, how you move forward, how you implement new policies or change the way you do things. Yeah, you gotta kind of root out, maybe make some changes, but not everything can be done all at once. That's why you plan. That's why you put things in motion. Knowing that not everything happens overnight. Rome isn't built in a day. Things take time. Things take planning. And so to bring balance back into things and move things forward, you gotta get the icky energy of the discord and deception in favor of moving into a planning phase where you can actually make some good choices, make some good things out of the world. Okay. So basically, I think that's it for now. I'm going to leave that here. I hope that interpretation made sense. I appreciate everybody stopping by. Hope you like this video. If you do, give a like. I plan to make more. I appreciate everybody. And to all my subscribers, thank you. And I will see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.